Chosen one, if you're hearing this, it's not by chance. Heaven has moved for you. And before this message ends, you'll understand why Archangel Michael himself has been dispatched on your behalf. You've been tired, quietly drowning in bills, betrayal, or battles no one else can see. You've whispered, God, if you're real, please do something. And this, right here, right now, is the something. Heaven didn't whisper this time. Heaven moved. And when heaven moves, everything changes. Peace replaces panic, and what was falling apart starts aligning again. Stay till the end of this message, because before it's over, you'll know exactly what heaven wants you to do next. This is your sign, your proof, your breakthrough. If your spirit feels it, comment 999 below. That's your divine confirmation that you heard heaven calling. And subscribe to stay connected to every new message heaven is sending, because this move has only just begun. You're not late. You're right on time. Heaven is near. Heaven has moved. Archangel Michael has been dispatched for you. And maybe you can feel it, not in the sky, not in the clouds, but right where you're sitting right now. The air feels lighter. The pressure you've been carrying somehow loosens for a second. That's not imagination. That's Archangel Michael arriving. You see, heaven doesn't always respond to your prayers because you ask the loudest. Sometimes heaven moves because you've endured enough. There comes a point when even silence becomes sacred, and heaven says, enough. It's time to send help. A man from Ohio once told this story. He'd lost his job. His wife left, the bills piled up, and he was sleeping in his car, too tired to keep fighting. One night, he whispered, God, I'm done. If you're real, just take over. The next morning, a stranger sent him money, exactly the amount of rent he needed. No name, no explanation. He said, it wasn't luck. It felt like protection. That's how Michael moves. Quietly, precisely, on time. No thunder, no wings in the sky. Just timing too perfect to be coincidence. Maybe you've been in a season like that, where everything feels like it's slipping away. You've been strong for too long, pretending you're fine, carrying the weight of everyone else's world while yours keeps breaking. And you've wondered, God, do you even see me anymore? You're not invisible. You were never fighting alone. Every battle you thought you faced in silence, every night you cried in your car. Heaven was counting your tears. When you didn't have words to pray, heaven read your heartbeat instead. You thought God was quiet. In truth, he was sending backup. A widow in Texas once said that during the months after her husband's death, she would drive in circles just to cry. But every single time she reached her breaking point, the same song would play on the radio. You're not alone. She said, I stopped believing in coincidence that day. Because signs aren't random. They're how heaven speaks when words can't. And maybe, right now, this message, these exact words, are your sign. Your reminder that the help you prayed for is already in motion. But there's something important you need to know. When heaven sends help, it's for a season, not forever. Archangel Michael is here, but heaven moves with purpose and timing. If you stay still, when you're called to move, you might miss the miracle meant for you. So tonight, pray. Forgive the person you swore you'd never forgive. Speak life instead of fear, because faith is motion, not emotion. So many people wait until they feel ready, but heaven doesn't work like that. Heaven waits for movement. The moment you take one step forward in faith, everything else begins to shift. And if your heart still aches, if you've been wondering why your pain has been so deep lately, Listen closely. Your pain wasn't punishment. It was the alarm that triggered heaven's response. Sometimes the things that break you are the very things that summon angels on your behalf. Every sleepless night, every betrayal, every moment you thought would destroy you, heaven was already preparing a rescue plan. So take a breath. You're seen, you're covered, and help has already arrived. When Michael steps in, three things begin to change: your wisdom, your defense, and your favor. You'll wake up one morning and know exactly what to do next. No plan, no mentor, just divine clarity. A door you once begged to open will close, not to reject you, but to protect you. And an opportunity that makes no sense on paper will suddenly appear. That's not luck. That's heaven funding your purpose. Because angels don't always fight demons. Sometimes they fight your doubt. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll go deeper into how to respond to heaven's move, how to stay aligned so your miracle doesn't just touch you, it transforms you, your assignment. Now, respond to heaven's move. Heaven has already moved. Now, chosen one, it's your turn. Archangel Michael didn't just come to defend you. He came to detox your spirit. Because before heaven rebuilds, it removes. Like smoke rising from fire, what's not meant for you will leave quietly. And sometimes that hurts. Losing people, losing things, losing parts of yourself you thought you couldn't live without. But when you lose suddenly, it's not loss. It's cleansing. You've been praying for peace, but maybe heaven has been whispering back. You can't receive peace while holding poison. A woman once wrote to me from Arizona. She said, "I begged God to give me peace, but every time I prayed, another person left my life." Months later, she said, "Now I understand. He didn't take them from me. He took them off me." When Michael moves, the first thing he does is clear the air, and the second thing is open your eyes. Because heaven isn't only protecting your spirit, it's preparing your future. This isn't about chasing money. It's about being funded for your purpose. Heaven's provision always has direction. A single mother in Florida told her story. She was about to lose her home. The eviction notice was taped to her door. She prayed, "God, if you want me to stay here, I need a miracle today." The next morning, the bank called. Payment received. To this day, she still doesn't know who sent it. Sometimes heaven sends checks. Sometimes heaven sends people. But miracles are not magic. They're movement aligned with obedience. So tonight, take one small step. Write down one fear you've had about money. Look at it and speak these words. I'm funded for purpose. Because faith doesn't wait for proof. It creates it. Every eye that mocked you will watch you rise. Not to shame them, but to show them God was real. A man who was rejected by his own family after leaving addiction told me, "They said I'd never change." Today, he runs a recovery center helping hundreds of others find freedom. That's not revenge. That's vindication. That's purpose born from pain. So don't waste your energy proving yourself. Just keep walking. Because when heaven promotes you, even your enemies have to witness it. You've been through confusion, through wandering, through seasons that made no sense. But this is your calm after the war. The fog is lifting, and God will not let you repeat what He already redeemed. You may be afraid to start again, but listen. The next chapter doesn't carry the curse of the last one. Closed doors weren't denials. They were detours to destiny. There's a man, 52 years old, who got fired after 20 years of loyal service. He thought it was over. But a year later, he opened a small repair shop. Now he employs people who once stood where he was. He told me, "Getting fired was God's way of setting me free. Sometimes failure is just divine editing. Heaven wasn't saying no, it was saying not that way. If your life feels heavy, it's because your calling is. Heaven never gives light armor to heavy warriors. A father who cared for his paralyzed son for 20 years once said, "I used to ask God why me. Now I thank him for trusting me." Today, he inspires thousands of families. Your weight proves your worth. Chains don't always rattle. Sometimes they melt silently when truth enters. You don't need to earn forgiveness. You just need to agree with it. Close your eyes. Whisper softly, "I receive it." Heaven already sent Michael. The move has begun. Now breathe, rest, and step forward. Because you're not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle heaven released. So if your spirit feels this truth, comment 999 below. That's your divine confirmation that you're aligned with heaven's move. And subscribe not for the channel, but to stay connected to the messages heaven is still sending. The story isn't over yet. Your breakthrough is still unfolding. Rest in this knowing. Heaven is near.